Hello guys, how's it going? My name is Darren, and in today's video I'm going to be looking at more BFA updates that came out on so many websites. They keep putting this stuff out and at the right time. Right now in Legion, chances are you're probably either enjoying Antorus, grinding through progression of it, you're enjoying PvP or whatever there is left of PvP, as a lot of people said they don't like Legion PvP, or you're simply leveling classes, waiting for BFA, waiting for allied races. So without further ado, let's actually get into the stuff that they have. The first thing is these cute little animals that are, if you look closely, have the bone structure and the emotes of goblins. These guys, if you haven't noticed, have the same emotes as goblins, which do have mischievous emotes, but goblins overall are more crude. These guys are more of that foxy, mischievous kind of look and feel. I think it's the ears that really does accent them in terms of every single emote to make them differ from goblins, even though it's exactly the same emotes, same bone structure and everything. And these guys are allies that you'll be helping as a faction, but not allied races, at least not yet. Blizzard did say they want to add more allied races in the future, and these guys are basically ready to go. They're basically Goblins 2.0, just the furry edition. So it could be easily integratable in the game. Would you guys play something like that? I think it would be kind of cool. One of these guys as a rogue. I think the feel would be there. And then we also have to take a look at the gear that we'll be able to get. At first, they released the Zandalari versus Kul Tiran style of gear we'll all be wearing, and I'm going to be wearing this stuff for a while without transmogging because I'm loving the attire choices. Both of the Zandalari and Kul Tiran gear draws from two different inspirations that don't really have anything to do with each other, but it is so cool that Blizzard is exploring these different themes. The Zandalari gear has an obvious Aztec feel to it, Aztec ruins, Mayan ruins, kind of like those kind of cultures put together into the gear, which is really cool and fits to the whole troll narrative. The Kul Tiran, on the other hand, I feel like fits more for an Outlaw rogue. It seems more seaworthy, more pirate based. Even some of the gear, it has a little bit of those royal themes to a royal family. Even some of the gear, but it also looks kind of like scuba gear to a certain extent. So I like the big bulkiness of it, the rough metal, you know, the darker tones of the metals, not the bright royal colors, but rather the dark undertones that are really drawing me in. And it's really, really cool. Along with that, we'll have trench coats, we'll have cloaks, we'll have hoods, we'll have all of those good things, and it just gives you a whole different feel. Makes it think of like a British Marine feel. I've never been to Britain or anything, never been anywhere near UK, but an old school British Marine feel is kind of how it makes me feel. You also have the gear from the front lines, which will be some of the PvE content, which I'm still hoping it becomes PvP content, that you'll be able to access in BFA. Front lines have different tier of sets where you start from a more basic tier 1 into a more advanced tier 2, and then finally this royal epic tier 3. The Alliance versus Horde style of clothing here, style of gear is awesome, and I love the differentiation. The Horde still has that brutal spiky nature to it, the very ravenous, very ravaged, very beast-like in terms of orcs, while Alliance on the other hand really represents kind of the new Alliance under the new king. It doesn't have that whole royal guard kind of Stormwind guard attire. It has more of a heroic look to it, which actually looks kind of intimidating. And I also feel that Alliance gear for the most part so far looks slightly better than the Horde, but simply because we haven't seen Alliance look this good, I feel like, in a while, at least from my perspective. We also get to see something interesting, which is called the Orc Clan armor. This one has no pants. That's all they can do right now. They don't have the pants, as the pants are missing from the files. But there's Orc Clan armor, which makes you think that maybe there will be different types of armors for the Horde of different Orc clans. Because Orcs have a lot of clans. When it comes to Warlords General, we saw a lot of them. I mean, there was a lot of clans from the Frostwolf with the Snow Appeal, the War Song, who are the fighters, the warriors. I believe there was also Shattered Hand that had a weapon for their hand, Deadeye, who would gouge out their eyes. And I feel like there's so many different mods that could be done for those type of clans with the different feels. I was actually hoping for less orc type of feel on armor. I was hoping for more undead influences, since, you know, we have the Banshee Queen as the charge leader, the leader in charge for the Horde. So I'm actually surprised we didn't have too many of those. And finally, we have what the Dark Iron Dwarf gear will look like. And at first I was like, wow, this is really good. But let me ruin this picture to you now. Yikes. Yeah, I hope they, I mean, that doesn't look that bad, but wow, it's literally a duck helmet. I don't really know, it looked a bit jarring to me. Let me know how you guys feel about that. I'm sorry if I ruined the set for you already. We also have different types of humans that are getting introduced into Kul Tiran, which might give us opportunity to make our humans more customizable in the future. And it's not like Blizzard did something crazy here, but this is what one of the Kul Tiran, I would say the hardy humans looks like. Beefy guy, you know, have been fighting in the sea, a little bit extra weight compared to the other human, but also a lot more muscle and overall bigger stature. And then we also have the more scrawny, the more thin version of the human, which is actually an undead model reused for a human, undead female model reused for a human, which I think looks really good. And it's just cool to see how Blizzard is playing around with the assets that they themselves built and see what they can come up with. And I feel like it gives a lot more variety and possibly more player customization in the future. And of course the music, which is what you've been experiencing this whole time in the video, to give you a little bit of a feel. And you might have been wondering, wow, this music actually kind of feels appropriate to what I'm talking about. This is the music that we'll be hearing in the game. And I feel like at first, I feel like by the end of an expansion, no one even cares about what the music is going to be like, but the first time you quest, chances are you probably turn on the soundtrack and listen to it, because it's something different, something new, something you haven't heard. I mean, listen to Suramar, listen to Asuna, listen to High Mountain. Those tracks were amazing, and they really get you immersed, at least for the first month of playing the game with the new expansion. And I feel like these ones really do it justice, even the one for Zandalar. And I think I found my favorite track list for now, up until the expansion will be ready. Honestly, with how much I cover in the expansion, I want to see so much of it. And if I can get into the beta, oh my god, I'm just going to spoil the whole damn thing for myself. But I'm having fun bringing you guys these types of videos, these types of updates. So let me know, what was your favorite part about this one here? I honestly think the duck helmet for the Darkground Dwarfs was honestly the greatest thing I've ever seen. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. As always, if you guys enjoyed this video, go ahead and give it a like. Likes allow my videos to reach a wider audience. So if a wider audience could get all these updates, that would be great for me as well as them. If you guys enjoy this kind of updates, or even if you just enjoy Firefly 101 duels, go ahead and hit subscribe so you can catch everything we post on the channel. If you guys want to catch every single live stream, which happens daily, except for Thursday, which is our day off, then please go ahead and hit the notification bell down below in order to be notified every time we go up, so you guys can be there as soon as we start the stream, or simply be notified as soon as a video is released. Thank you guys so much for watching. There's a lot of BFA updates. I'm still working for a comprehensive class coverage for BFA so far, with a huge emphasis on the so far element. But thank you guys all. I'll see all of you in another video.